One of the earliest lessons passed on to me when I started working in after-school programs was if you don't have food at your program, the kids won't come. Organizations that were offering valuable and fun activities still struggle with the challenge of participant commitment. We've all learned a lot about the benefits of after-school programs, but how can these benefits be obtained if children and youth are not attending these programs regularly? The majority of the children and youth we're working with are coming from homes where their families aren't easily able to recognize and reward the positive choices their children are making, and our schools often do not have additional resources beyond providing the education that will benefit these students in the long term. This leaves a vulnerable gap for other influences in the communities to offer short-term social and material motivations. How do we create a more positive instant gratification to get children and youth to stick around for the longer-term, less readily tangible benefits of education? This is an additional gap that after-school programs can assist in filling. This challenge became urgently clear to me as I began to work with Ikasi Youth Everyday Heroes Club in Imizamo Yethu, which offers life skills and academic support to high school boys. There had been a sudden flare-up in high school-aged gang violence, which was infiltrating the community and schools, and several youth's lives were lost, leading some parents to move their children out of the community entirely. How does a program offering maths and English lessons to young men, all without any girls in sight, get them to stick around when the streets are immediately offering recognition, affiliation, and short-sighted fun and income potential? How do we make academic and after-school activities more appealing than the alternatives? What happens when a peanut butter sandwich is no longer cutting it? On a visit to the Desmond Tutu HIV Foundation Youth Center in Masapumalele, I saw their youth scanning in their fingerprints and earning tutus for the amount of time spent and activities attended in the center. At each term, they were earning rewards including stationery, airtime, and vouchers, or saving their tutus for bigger rewards such as driving lessons and weekend camps. This was providing youth incentives the streets or their families can't easily offer them. Having been inspired by this youth-friendly approach, I took it back to Ikasi and our credit store was opened. Using a classic sticker chart and Google Drive forms, the youth now earned 5 hero bucks for every session attended, and responsible behavior was rewarded, and undesirable behavior or lack of attendance was deaded. At the end of each term, the heroes cash in their credits to purchase clothing, stationery, toiletries, and even take a hot meal home to their family. They could save the credits they didn't spend, which would earn interest by the next term's store, to encourage saving and planning ahead, because in the real world it isn't all about instant gratification. Additionally, tickets to group outings are for sale, and they could save to pay their deposit at the end of the year camp. Because of the smaller scale of the Ikasi Youth Credit Store, we were able to customize our store inventory. The top items requested for the store: deodorant and airtime. And when one of our matrics desperately needed a calculator he couldn't afford, he knew he could request it in the store, and he spent every one of his saved credits to make sure he was able to be prepared for his exams. We even found that over time, our conduct code was no longer needing to be implemented, as there was a greater value being placed on the time they had at the program, and there was less behavior challenges as commitment grew. Participants were able to easily see when their commitment was slipping, which allowed for a conversation with the facilitators to be had about what circumstances were affecting their attendance, and they understood if they hadn't met the minimum level to attend outings or special events. They were becoming more accountable. Additionally, the organization is able to assist with their material needs and exposing them to experiences they wouldn't otherwise have access to, whilst not disempowering them by making them passive donation recipients, but rather recognizing their commitment and choice to be participating in positive programs that improve their academic and social outcomes. This past year, I've had the privilege, through the Hout Bay Partnership, of working with a team to take this incentive concept to a larger, scalable model. Through the DJ Murray Trust and Western Cape After School Game Changer, a learner incentive program across grade 8 and 9 learners at Hout Bay and Silicamba high schools has been launched. We are now exploring if not only incentivization can increase the attendance in after-school programs, but if an overall buy-in of the program can also reduce the number of learners that drop out of school. All 430 grade 8 and 9 learners in the 2 schools have been given a passport for the term, on which they receive a stamp at every after-school activity, whether at school or off campus. Learners that attend a minimum of 2 extramural activities per week will be incentivized, and those who attend even more will earn more significant prizes, including outings and camps. This is also an exciting opportunity to create partnerships across the schools and all 30 of the organizations in Hout Bay who offer after-school activities to this age group in order to maximize collaboration and incentivize the full range of activities available to students. Through partnership and collaboration, we can all work towards enabling more instant gratification, which acts as a rung on the ladder towards the longer-term goals of completing their education and the avoidance of negative choices, all while cultivating capable and accountable young people who are empowered through their choices and recognized for them.